Good evening, everyone. My name is Luke. In this video, I will be giving you a video presentation on the film The Dark Room and the comic Persepolis. And both of these are set in Iran. And when it comes to my knowledge of Iran, before I watched and read those things, I would have to say I didn't have much of it. I knew that Iran was a dictatorship, and it was a theocratic republic, to be specific, meaning that the faith and religion of Islam was like heavily intertwined in its government, whether it be the authority or laws passed. When it comes to Iran's relationship with the US, I knew it to be kind of rocky. They used to be our ally in the Cold War, and we provided them with economic aid. And then in 1979, they underwent an Iranian revolution, and that kind of cut all ties with them that we had. And then as far as its people go, I guess I didn't know a whole lot about their the relationships they had with each other between the government and the people, or the people themselves, but I knew they kind of viewed women as lessers, or people less in charge, and things of that nature. When it comes to the two assigned works changing or confirming my former knowledge, I'd say both works did both. I would say that they confirmed my thoughts of how they kind of view women as lessers, but they changed my thoughts with regarding like how much they viewed them as lessers, I guess, because I got to see Hala argue with her husband, and Marjane attend school, which were things that I didn't think were going to be possible. And then another universal aspect I took away from The Dark Room was Amir getting punished by his parents. I guess that's kind of more obvious that parents disciplining their kids is going to be a trait that's everywhere, but it was still something that I kind of took note of. And then also, I guess you can kind of see universal like compassion. Farhad is like terrified of the dogs, but he sees one with a bloody leg, and he actually takes it back to the shelter it came from, I guess. And when you see that, when I saw that, I really realized that like we all kind of have like when we see something that's crippled or hurt that we're much stronger than, it's in need, where we feel compassion and feel kind of called to help it. Another universal aspect I took away from Persepolis was in Persepolis there were people rioting, and we see those riots here in America. This is kind of universal. And then an element in The Dark Room that intrigued me was the fact that women with a woman with a kid would be on the side of the road kind of acting like they're in need of help or something, and then a car would pull over to help them, and a mob of dudes would run out and take over their car. And we never saw that in the film, but they talked about it. And then an element in Persepolis that kind of surprised me was the fact that they were rioting so much when their entire like country is built around Islam. And one of the things that Marjane talks about in the early part of the book is the 3 rules that govern Islam, which are to behave well, speak well, and act well. And writing doesn't follow any of those at all. So it just kind of surprised me that they were actively doing that. And then it comes to the reasons I think the Western audience received Persepolis so well would be an artistic reason. The fact that it's kind of drawn like a comic book, which that type of literature originated in America. So I would think from the artistic side, the fact that it's written in something that Americans at the time were really fond of would be something. And then the writer illustrator's message, I just think it's just kind of relatable, you know. We don't really have to face oppression like there is over in Iran, but when it's kind of like the government, maybe in history, the government really not allowing a person to be as good as they are because of gender or race or anything like that. And I think we can just kind of relate to that to some degree. And then The Dark Room getting awarded the best film in 3 film festivals in Eastern countries. Do I think it would appeal to the audience and get a successful box office? I honestly don't think it would, just because it didn't really seem to be about anything. And if it's going to be a bunch of subtitles, I don't really think people are going to want to read them.